balance between ensuring that our older adults are protected and allowing older adults to be with their loved ones.
I'm just going to play that clip
It's
again.
obviously a balance between ensuring that our older adults are protected and allowing older adults to be with their loved ones.
And I'm going to play it a third time.
It's obviously a balance between ensuring that our older adults are protected and allowing older adults to be with their loved ones.
That's the governor right there. And yesterday comes down the pipe, loosening regulation on nursing homes. And boy, is that a topic in itself. Alongside of Jay Parker and Brian Freeman, I'm Greg Hollenbach. It is a Thursday, August 27th, and thank you so much as we're picking it up where we left off yesterday. And we've got some great topics for you every day. Just very honored that you are here with us on the Modern Eater Show. So thank you for joining us. Brian, the governor says, here it is.
Yeah, here's what I heard him say. It's okay to kill your Grammy, but it's not okay to have a drink after 11 o'clock.
Well, you don't know there, and that's why we've got the doctor on here with us today. We'll introduce him in here in a moment, but I want to play one more clip. Standing by is Dr. William Blanchet. He's our medical spirit guide. I don't know if you can do that, right? You can't have medicine and Boulder Internal Medicine. Doc, welcome back to the show.
Thanks. I appreciate being here.
Okay, let me give you a setup. There's the governor. He says, all right, yesterday we're going to loosen some regulations. Now, we had a gentleman who owns the Little Pub Company. It's a string, I don't know, up to 20, I think.
Yeah, 25.
25 stores, 25 bars here in Colorado. And just taking a beating with his late-night business and the cutoff at 10 p.m., now 11 p.m. They got a bone last week, but it still didn't sit very well. He said in passing, Doctor, he said to me, he said, if the governor lifts restrictions on nursing homes before he does the 11 p.m. cutoff, he's going to lose his mind. I posed that question to Miss Sonia Riggs from the Colorado Restaurant Association. Here was her response when we last met last week on the Modern Eater Show.
Money is running out. That's clear right now. Again, the 1 hour lifted to 11 p.m. for last call. I mean, that's a step in the right direction. If you want to know what will make Mark Bergen lose his mind, he talked about on Tuesday's call that nursing homes may allow inside visitation. And he said if that happens before he's able to go back to regular business, all bets are off. He might just freak out and go nuts.
Well, I mean, I can certainly understand that concern. It'd be a little confusing for me to understand why they would do that. Why are you letting people in the high risk populations? But I haven't heard that, so I can't speak to anything around it. Other than it's just an initial reaction, how that seems odd.
Yeah. Well, okay, there it is. She didn't even hear it at that time, but in fact, it is true, Doctor. We're trying to unpack all of these things, and that's why you're on the show with us here today. It's all about mitigating risk at this point in time. And, boy, first of all, the conversation about nursing homes is terribly sad, as I actually had a conversation with a gal who works at a nursing home. And she's like, man, no visitation for these old folks, and people aren't coming by, and just people are literally dying of loneliness at that point. And so that conversation we really want to be sensitive about, because you may loosen restrictions and regulations just for the sake of letting them see their loved ones. I don't know, but let's unpack it together, Doctor. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, first off, in the governor's defense, the governor doesn't have a good answer and a bad answer to choose from. The governor has to figure out which of these terrible answers do I come up with. And so from the nursing home perspective, yes, allowing visitors into the nursing home is a risk. And nursing homes have been tinderboxes for people dying with COVID. I mean, half the people who've died have died in nursing homes. It's terrible. But at the same time, it's also terrible. I mean, I've had 3 patients in nursing homes who died from COVID, but their loved ones couldn't be anywhere around. They died alone in a cold nursing home room without their husband of 72 years being there, without their wife being able to be anywhere close by. And so that is a problem. not being able to visit, not being able to see kids, not being able to see grandkids, not being able to socialize with family is a problem. And then we let the family in and we bring COVID into the nursing home and people die is a problem. Where's the balance? Well, right now, honestly, right now, because Colorado has a relatively low penetration of COVID, the positivity rate's about 3%, fairly low penetration of COVID. If family members are behaving themselves, it's going to be a relatively safe thing for them to come in and visit. And the likelihood of a son or a daughter of someone living in a nursing home making the sacrifices in order to behave in a fashion that's not likely to kill their mom or their pops, it's not a terrible bet. And so I think that, trying to thread that needle, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate with respect to nursing homes, I think it's appropriate as long as the family is fully educated, that they've agreed to certain behavioral standards. You can't fly in from Miami and then run in and see your mom in the nursing home. That shouldn't be allowed. But those are standards that each nursing home will have to come up with. Maybe the governor will come up with standards. Who knows? But it's a Solomon-esque question. How do you want to split this baby with respect to nursing homes? I think the bars, the limit of 11 o'clock in the pubs is a separate idea, a separate concern. And so what I want to know is this a data-based decision that we know from other experiences that after 11 o'clock, pubs and bars and restaurants are just a haven for COVID? Or is this a visceral decision that we're making based on no data to try to do something because something feels like it needs to be done? And as you know, I have great empathy for the people who are in the service industry, people in the restaurant industry. And I don't know how long these people are going to survive with the restrictions we are putting on them. And so I think on one side of the coin, show me the data, show me some reason to believe that shutting a bar down at 11 o'clock is going to reduce the spread of COVID. But then also, more than letting a relative visit a nursing home, let's talk about opening up the universities. And we can look at opening up the universities, and around the country we see fail in opening up universities, but we think we can do it better here. So let's open up the universities. And if in 2 weeks, because we opened up the universities, we no longer have a very, very low penetration of COVID in the community, we have an increase, we have a high penetration, then we're shutting down the nursing home, and we're shutting down the restaurants, and we're shutting down the bars completely again. So I don't see the nursing home having a relative visit compared to opening up the universities. Those aren't equal decisions. I think opening up the universities, that's a decision that's probably going to fail. Letting people visit a nursing home, if they do it right, is a decision that's probably going to work okay. You may require family members to wear some sort of covering equipment. They may have to have an N95. We almost have N95s now. We almost have them. We don't quite, but we almost have them. So it's difficult. It's a problem. It's tough. But I also know how tough it is in the restaurant industry. And we need our restaurants. We want our restaurants. We want life to be normal again. So which of these wrong answers do we want to pull out of the box and implement? And so the wrong answer we pulled out, we're going to open up the universities. The wrong answer we pulled out is we're going to let people visit nursing homes. The wrong answer we pull out is we're going to close bars at 11 o'clock. Which one of those answers is least wrong that we would need to undo? It's an issue.
Dr. William Blanchet here, Boulder Internal Medicine. We always enjoy the conversations, and throughout COVID, really just when there's nothing makes sense right now, Doctor. We're in uncharted waters, and just really I see it as like a fumbling through process, which really amazes me on how civilized we are. Right, especially the United States, a first world country, and we don't know rhyme or reason to this. It's a worldwide don't know rhyme and reason to this as we try and reopen, and we see other approaches throughout the world. Even Sweden, herd immunity, right? Never wore a mask. and they're saying we're close. Hospitalizations, you'll know more about this than I, Doctor. Also, I was watching a rugby game yesterday, and these guys all in a scrum, and it's like that's not distancing at all. And COVID doesn't know where it's going. COVID doesn't know if it's in a restaurant or a rugby scrum or a basketball court or an airplane or what surface. It's the unknown eminence that's creeping in for all of us, and we don't know where it is. So you see the major extremes of the folks that wear a mask everywhere and barely peek out of their homes. And then you see other folks that just go about and you wouldn't know that there was an outbreak at all. Doctor, there's no sense that's being made of this at all this far into COVID. 8 months, 6 months, how many months are we? It seems like an eternity. At what point in time are we going to have either data or for any definitive answers, Doctor, of what is right and what is wrong right now?
Well, let me take a second to criticize the medical industry, because the medical industry does not consider any data to exist until it exists in a randomized, prospective, double-blind, placebo-controlled fashion. I submit that there's data that doesn't come in that package. You can look at data elsewhere. And we're not. In this country, we're not. And a couple of examples. Studies in Wuhan showed that vitamin D levels, low vitamin D levels, were associated with a 10-fold incidence of mortality with COVID. 10-fold. How many times have you seen Fauci say, take some vitamin D? Haven't heard that. A study out of Israel showed twice the risk of hospitalization and significantly worse outcomes based on low vitamin D levels versus robust vitamin D levels. How many studies do we have in this country that have been reported? None. How expensive is vitamin D? It's almost free. Why are we not saying, we don't know if this works for sure, but your 2,000 units of vitamin D is not going to hurt anybody? Take it. Why aren't we doing that?
Well, because it's free. I think you said it, Doctor. Right?
You know what? Sad but true. Sad but true. The other thing, zinc is almost free. And zinc may reduce the incidence of COVID. It reduces the incidence of other coronaviruses. So it may be that if we were sucking on zinc lozenges a couple of times a day, we might see a significant reduction of transmission of COVID. But we don't have a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study. Why we don't yet, I don't understand, but we don't. And so you'd never hear Fauci say, try some zinc. Now, there's a lot of talk about, do some of these vaccines that are out there provide some incremental benefit for COVID? You know, there's a theory that the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine dramatically reduces the severity of COVID. Have we studied that? No, we have not. There's epidemiologic data suggesting there's a value. We haven't studied it. So it's like that sort of stuff kind of makes me crazy. The other thing is there's so much noise. Separating the fact from the noise, the actionable items from the noise, is really, really hard. But I'd like to give a concept of two concepts here. The first concept is, what do we as a community need to do to get COVID to disappear? And the second concept is, what does an individual need to do to be absolutely 100% certain that that individual does not get COVID? And the understanding is those are two completely separate concepts. So concept number one, what do we need to do as a community to make COVID go away instead of grow? And I think I might have shared this once before, but the concept of you have 100 people with COVID and you're doing nothing. COVID, every person with COVID infects 2 people. So in a week, you can now have 300 people with 200 new cases. In another week, you can have 400 new cases with 700 total. In 8 weeks, you're going to have 25,600 new cases with a total of over 50,000 cases. If you do nothing. If those 100 people lived in a world where people wore masks, washed their hands, and paid attention to spatial distancing, what would happen is in a week, instead of having 100 cases, 200 cases, you'd have 50 cases. In another week, you'd have 25 cases. In 8 weeks, we would have had a total of less than 200 cases and probably no new cases in 8 weeks if those 100 people took those simple precautions. Did I say we had to close down all bars and restaurants? No, I didn't. Did I say we had to avoid visiting patients in hospitals? No, I didn't. What I said is we have to wear masks, spatial distance, and wash our hands. The data is pretty solid that if we do that, the virus diminishes every week and goes away. And when the virus is gone, when there's just an isolated case here and an isolated case there, then contact tracing comes into play. If we were having 10 cases of COVID in Colorado every day, contact tracing could figure out all the contacts and take care of it. When you're having 40,000 cases of COVID in Florida every day, you can't possibly contact trace. It's a mind-numbing thought to think about contact tracing. So if we as a community took those simple precautions, the disease would, in 8 weeks, virtually disappear. A few isolated cases that could be contact traced. We could be at the bars drinking. We could be at the restaurants eating. We could be going to football games because we could contact trace those occasional things. We'd wear our masks until we're ready to eat. Then we'd take them off and eat, then put them back on when we're done. We'd wear our masks to the football games until we have the cure, which may happen in a month, may happen in 2 months, may happen in 3 months, but we would be back. We would be back. So that's what we have to do socially as a group to make this disease go away. The second thing is, what do you as an individual need to do? If you're an 80-year-old obese diabetic with a little bit of heart disease, if you get COVID, you're probably going to die. So what do you as an individual need to do to not get COVID? You need to stay in your house. You need to irradiate the food that comes from the grocery store before you bring it in the house. You need to do nothing. Well, that's a different set of standards from what we need to do as a community. I think people get those two standards confused. And so let's function as a community to make this disease go away. Let's all be responsible towards each other and make this disease go away. And let's get back to normalcy. It's just a matter of wearing your mask, washing your hands, spatial distancing as much as is possible. And this really and truly will go away. Just ask Germany. Just ask Germany.
I love everything that you're saying, Doctor, and really going from a medical disease to a social disease at this point is a phenomenon that I did not expect. The social disease that we're seeing are folks turning on each other, political lines being drawn, and I think a lot of this does have to go back to the medical community fumbling around and not having consistent messages. Where can we find consistency in any of this, Doctor, or should it just be boiled down to do your part, wear your mask, protect yourself and others, and don't worry about the noise? That's easier said than done, but
it's easier said than done. And the problem is when people become pundits based on a position they're taking and convert science into politics, then it becomes a real issue. And so if I am a pundit, if I am on a national news network, and my position is masks don't work, I can beat that drum to death and have quote unquote experts come onto my show saying why masks don't work. So from my perspective, I can cut through that. I can go back to the primary research and say, okay, how has this been studied? What papers are out there? What do we actually know about masks? And I can put it together. But the average person doesn't read medical literature. And the average person sees 3 doctors on some television show saying why masks are bad for you. They might believe it. And so that's the problem. And the pundit who puts those doctors on that show is making $15 million a year to put those doctors on that show to create this fervor and keep popular and sell product.
Well, they want
and just make me crazy.
It makes me crazy too. Always follow the money, right? Yeah. Doc, I don't know how you are on time, but I would like to not rush the finish of this conversation. Can you stick around just through a short break, and we'll come back and put a nice cherry on top on this Thursday? It's August 27th as we near some of the hottest days of summer. I think we're going to get a little retreat from there. I encourage you, go to the moderneater.com and check out some of the cool articles that we have up there. We've really just been trying to do our best to get you the information that you need for this industry to be able to just have a little bit of community.
Well, this has been
survive.
Business Week, Greg. This week on the show, I feel like we have been doing Business Week all week with some of the best food and beverage industry leaders.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
And if you want to recap, themoderneater.com, really the way to go. You can also, did you know, Brian? Here's a did you know. Did you know you could go to themoderneater.com every single day at 2 p.m. and you can watch it live on themoderneater.com? That's a great thing, along with all the previous shows as well. All's well in the world, right? We have to stay positive.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll finish up our conversation with Dr. William Blanchet from Boulder Internal Medicine, and then we'll move along sharply to Charles Murray from Slater's 50/50 and Jeff Rourke from A+Beverage Solutions, which is it's like, what do they have in common? You'll have to stick around to find out. But that's a very cool thing. We'll continue momentarily. Take a quick break. Here's our local sponsors. You're going to hear from Encore Energy, Brews, Beers, and Meridian Spirits right here on the Modern Eater Show.
Hey guys, it's Brian Rizzuto with Encore Energy, the guy who saves your businesses money on natural gas. I know these are crazy, crazy times right now. So while your business is working on increasing your sales, let me work on saving you guys money on your natural gas. I make it as easy as possible. Just provide 12 months worth of natural gas bills to me. I'll do the rest. I know you're really busy, so let me get to work for you. You can reach me at 720-245-5771. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and let me try to save you some money in these crazy times. Bye.
Hi, Charlie from Brews Beers here, and I'd like to tell you about our brand new Abbey 4-pack, featuring the 4 main products of Abbey and Trappist breweries in Belgium. So there's the single, the double, the triple, and the quadruple. And let's talk about singles today. Singles or ankles are traditionally monk's beers served at meal times and during the day. They're low in alcohol, 3 to 5.5%, and they're often second runnings from stronger beers like triples or quadruples. This one is 3.8% ABV, and it's made from the second runnings from our triple. So what they're known for is lightness and drinkability. They're biscuity flavor with distinct hoppiness, and they're very refreshing. Great summer beers, available at either Brews location, 67th and Pecos, or at Colfax in York, and at fine liquor stores throughout the metro area. Pick up your Abbey 4-pack today and take home some Belgian-style badassery.
We started Meridian Spirits because we love the way that spirits and cocktails can bring people together to socialize, to bond, to have conversations. Well, right now we've got some big conversations to have. Coupe Vodka and Coupe Gin are available at liquor stores across the metro area, but if you can't find us or would like to have us behind your bar or at your restaurant, send us an email, info@meridianspirits.com. We know things are a little different these days, but think of us the next time you're planning a virtual happy hour or a socially distant picnic. And keep an eye on our social media, Coupe by Meridian, for all the latest and greatest.
Hey, Dave Thibodeau here. Hey, friends of the Modern Eater, this is Dave Thibodeau from Ska Brewing and Peach Street Distillers. I wanted to let you know that our new brew distillery is up and running again in Boulder, and we've got a great selection of Ska beers, nearly 30 on tap. We've also got all of our Peach Street spirits available, a great mixology program that we brought down from the Western Slope in Palisade. We're open limited hours, Wednesday through Friday from 3 to 10. And then we open up earlier at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday and get some brunch action rolling. We have 2 great patios. Socially distant seating is available. And you can always check for more information at scastreet.com, and hope we become your new favorite neighborhood spot. And I'd like to meet you there in the not too distant future for a beer or a drink soon. So take care, be healthy, and stay strong. And I'll talk to you later.
Hi guys, it's Cody Ann from Aspen Baking Company. We specialize in fresh, preservative-free, amazing bread. But with all the food news, go right here to the Modern Eater.
It's obviously a balance between ensuring that our older adults are protected and allowing older adults to be with their loved ones.
That's what we're doing right now, the balancing act. At least that's the governor's job, as we've heard from some restaurant industry folks that say, boy, if you do that, that's taking a big risk, and you're risking our businesses as well. We'd like to see you lift the curfew or the 11 p.m. cutoff for alcohol. before you do that, and it didn't happen in that sequence. So we're just sounding off and getting the reaction. Back to Dr. William Blanchet momentarily, Boulder Internal Medicine. But I'll tell you about Jeff Rourke and A+Beverage Solutions. You hear us talk about him all the time. The man's going to make an appearance here shortly. Jeff Rourke. You go, who's the man behind the glass? Or behind the curtain.
Or the glycol.
Or the glycol. It's Jeff Rourke in A+Beverage Solutions. He's a guy he'll make your tap dreams reality. But he's also a guy right now where he's cleaning up a lot of messes. Yep. And what does that mean? He's going in and doing maintenance to draft lines. He's going in and adding lines. He's cleaning them out. He's doing a great job. We're going to catch up with him. In the meantime, I want to give you his phone number.
Would you please?
I'm going to ask, do you think if we ask Jeff Rourke this very question, because we'll know if he watches the show, if you're pouring inefficient beer, boys, what are you doing?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
Don't pour your money down the drain. Get a hold of Jeff Rourke and A+Beverage Solutions. In fact, here's a little game. Write this number down. It's his cell phone. While he's on with us, call his cell phone. I dare you. 720-272-3809.
One more time, my friend.
I got you, man. 720-272-3809. Give him a call. His name's Jeff Rourke in A+Beverage Solutions. All right, we played the clip from the governor. We played the Sonia Riggs, who did not know last week when she was on the show after Mark Bergen said, hey, listen, I'll lose my mind if this happens, if they open up nursing homes before lifting the last call at 11 p.m. It didn't go in that order. He might be losing his mind right now. That's why he's not on the show. It's too bad. It's a juggling act, and we have the doctor here with, a little bit of the doctor.
Yeah, I think he's reconnecting.
Well, you know what, Greg, let me throw something out to our audience while we're getting the doctor back on. One of my frustrations with this whole deal about when to open, when not to open, it's data. And the doctor spoke to the fact that he's concerned, where is the data coming from that we're basing these decisions off of? Now, I feel there's one heck of a data point with like the 3 or 4 colleges that have already opened up, and that you're seeing 2,000, 4,000 new cases of coronavirus at some of these new colleges, and they're immediately shutting down. You know, did you hear about Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Doc,
welcome back to the show. Give us your crystal ball forecast, right? I mean, and I hate to put you in that position because, you know, it kind of steps outside of the medical industry to do that. But you could forecast some things for us. What are you going to see here in the fall? What are your bets?
I think he's having a connection issue, man.
What are your bets, Brian?
On the fall?
Yeah.
I'm concerned. I think we're going to continue to go up. And you know why? Because I'm seeing things like what that – remember our health inspector in here yesterday?
Yeah.
What he was saying?
Yeah.
Guess what? We're running out of doors. We're running out of things that make building permits close.
Right. What's interesting right now is that as you look at the education system, which I'm one of those people, I'll put my hand up and I'll say that's broken to begin with.
Yeah.
That the evening should have taken place a long time ago with how people learn and access information. And I think that traditional way is just a real outdated
Do you think that they're afraid and that's why they want the kids to come in?
Because it's money. Always follow the
money.
Well,
but if you learned how easy it was, or if you comprehended how easy it was to learn at home on a computer, the same way you were sitting in class.
I mean, and that's what we're seeing all the way down the board, what COVID has shown to this new world. So when you look at the new norm, you're going to look at just how technology is showing that technology can intervene to make things a little more let's say streamlined, advanced, and where the future is going to go anyway. So the educational model is broken to me anyway. To force that model into place and shove businesses aside, because let's face it, and Dr. William Blanchet joins us back on the show.
I don't think he can hear us, man, and I don't know what the problem is.
Just lost it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to troubleshoot here, and I apologize for that.
No,
but
you're fine.
We can see him. He just can't hear us.
Can we hear him at all? Would it be the volume on his phone or anything like that?
No, maybe this is he can hear us. Maybe, Doc, maybe this is God's way of you not answering a hypothetical crystal ball situation. We're trying to save you from it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I don't think he can even hear us.
No, the audio's gone from him. Well, here's going to be a question that I try to find out from Jeff Rourke, who's on the line.
Standing
too.
by. Okay, let's do this. Well, it was a great conversation. We'll just say good day to Dr. William Blanchet from Boulder Internal Medicine. I will tell you, my crystal ball tells me that we are heading into disaster, mobilizing people from state to state in the name of education in school, which is a broken system to begin with. I think that needs to be addressed right away. And if there is any movement, it's to keep people's businesses open. Keep the mom and pops alive, the hard-working business folks. He's just a little bit early, but I'm sure that he's got the A+ shirt on. I know that. This gentleman's name's Jeff Rourke, and from A+ Beverage Solutions. How are you, Jeff?
Man, can you hear us, Jeff? Can you give me the thumbs up if you can hear me, Jeff? I might have to just do a new links for everything. I'm at a loss.
What do you mean new link?
Well, a new link to like a new Zoom room.
Oh, do you think it's a Zoom thing?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, everything on my end is the same, right? But I don't have any sound coming in from this, and it's connected to all my stuff. So
no worries.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll just break off real quick. We'll come back. We'll look at this audio, video technicalities right now. It's been a little while since that's happened. Usually the audio goes just fine. Look at these putting A+ Beverage Solutions. Jeff, can you hear us? We're going to break off. If you can hear us, we'll be right back. We're going to take a time out, come back, talk to Jeff Rourke and Charles Murray from Slater's 50/50 when we return on the Modern Eater Show. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed.
Hi guys, it's Rebecca Berry with Hot Schedules powered by Ford. With all of the recent COVID rules and regulations, you may feel like you have way too many cooks in the kitchen. Well, fortunately, Ford is the leading hospitality provider and partner when it comes to onboarding, HR, payroll, tax, and compliance needs. So that way you can keep all of those cooks in the kitchen and let us manage all of your administrative needs. That way you can focus back on your business and your growth plans. Give me a call for an analysis on how we can put that ROI back into your business and take those administrative burdens off your hands, because nobody likes handling taxes. That's Rebecca.Berry@Forth.com, Rebecca.Berry@Forth.com. And hey, you know what's cool, guys? Keeping your mask on so that way we can keep our doors open.
Hey, Modern Eater fans, I'm Don Trobo with the Annex by Ardent Mills, and I just wanted to give you a heads up about some of the great things we've got going on locally in the state. We're headquartered right here, and we're working with farmers in the San Luis Valley to bring you amazing Colorado quinoa. It's just like the South American stuff, but grown locally. We've got transitional wheat flour that's grown by farmers in Colorado and surrounding states who are in the process of turning their fields into organic. So we're taking that transitional wheat and turning it into flour, and now it's available for you to cook and bake with. And last but not least, we're now cleaning grain berries in Denver. So things like spelt or wheat berries or pearl barley, those are things that we're now doing right here locally and are available to you. Can't wait to share it with you.
Back at it, and I thought you were going to do Aspen, but we will continue on. We've got the guy on the line. We love him. He's the longest-running sponsor of the show. We'll support him till the end times. His name's Jeff Rourke. He's a family man, A+ Beverage Solutions. 20 years in the business, man. How do you do anything for 20 years?
That smile.
Jeff, can you hear us, babe?
Yeah. 20 years, very carefully.
Where are you at today?
We actually stopped in at Slater's 50/50, so we're sitting at the bar right now.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
You're there.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect.
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I think
Yeah.
we have Charles Murray on his phone somewhere else in the bar, do we?
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's at, but I think he's on his laptop somewhere in here.
Okay, well.
We're waiting for him to join. I think he's looking for...
Coming over, I've got it.
Just make sure
there's Charlie.
Make sure you're not too close to each other, guys, unless you're on the same device. Because if you're on the same device, and you can be if you want to, but we just don't want the audio jumping from one device to the next.
Yeah. He's down at the other end there. So
nice, cool. Right. Hey Jeff, let's catch up with you for just a second, and then we'll talk about Slater's 50/50 with Charles Murray. The most trusted man in the business, doing a lot of installs, but a lot of maintenance right now. First of all, we want to know if you know how to finish this tagline. If you're pouring inefficient beer, boys, what are you doing?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
Save that clip right there, Jay. You don't want to. Pennies are everything right now. You don't want to pour your money down the drain. You need to. How can you make sure that people are saving money with their draft systems, Jeff?
Just you can call us up. We come through. We can check out your system, do give you a breakdown report, a grade card if you wish, on how your system's pouring, if you have loss, that kind of stuff. But we just did some work down at 20 Mile Tap House because they're having some loss and not. So so it's just to each own. You want to save everywhere you can, especially in these trying times. So,
can you give us an idea what kind of money that is on a large tap system that you're able to save by eliminating a lot of waste and foam and that kind of thing?
Oh God, I mean, so when we did Old Chicago's out in Boise, we put 30% back into their bottom line from their draft. So, everyone's unique. So it just depends on how much loss you have. Some people just have. One part of their system's not pouring correctly because they have multiple floors pouring off one keg station, so everyone's different. They're like snowflakes. So,
hey, I got a question for you, Jeff. This is Brian. I'm curious. Are you seeing advances in technology help what you do right now? Are there new things coming to the market that you're saying these are things I can help you install or change your life
like
with?
Upgrade equipment, that type of thing? Interesting.
I mean, so they have, they have new glycol chillers that are dual temp chillers. So like, say you want to do like a cellar temp for like English style ales or wine, that's probably a better example of wine. So your reds and whites pour different temps. So they have dual temp glycol chillers now. So you can run 2 different temperatures and then through 2 different bundles. So it's have some savings on having to not buy 2 different pieces of equipment. There's more remote refrigeration systems coming out that are easier for you. There's control hubs that you can run wires to the office for management. There's inventory systems. So technology is changing. With the times to make owning your restaurant more easy and effective and cost efficient for you guys for that ownership. So.
All right. Are you seeing anybody do new installs right now, Jeff, or is it just maintenance?
We are actually extremely busy right now. We just finished up Slater's 50/50. We're now working at Kuma's Corner right now, doing a 32 product system over there with some black pipe towers as well. We're doing a Blue Ice. We just did Lazy Dog. We're Smoking Dave's. So, I mean, there's still a lot going on. I'd like to say a lot of our customers are pretty smart and savvy with their times. They might have not planned for this, but they were running a smart business plan and could absorb the crunch for short term. So some people took it as an opportunity to remodel. So that was nice.
Absolutely. But maintenance, let's not go past maintenance because that's very important right now. You're doing maintenance for folks too, right?
Oh yeah, we do maintenance, so we can do PM plans, so where we come in, we audit all your refrigeration, reach-ins, things like that, to see, to clean them out. If you're not maintaining your refrigeration,
this is
work harder, and it's going to possibly burn out. So
I don't know if you can see by the looks of it, but this man was born to install tap systems. Can you tell? Look at him, and to be a family man. How's the lovely wife?
Yeah. The wife's doing good, man. We're expecting a 4th little girl in February, so
congrats.
Pretty exciting.
You realize that's just God getting back at you, right?
Yeah, nah, man. That's it's good times, man. It's good times. I love being a father. It's one of the highlights of my life. So.
I know. I ought to look into it sometime.
Hey, Jeff, it's Jay here. I know Charles. I got an email from Charles saying that he's really busy. Is that what's going on down there? Because I don't see him in the Zoom room.
No, I think I should be on now.
Oh,
if
yep, you're on.
Let me. Oh, well.
Do you see him?
Well, I got to switch some things around.
Okay. There we go.
So, and you know what, Jeff? Though with Jeff, not only is he one of or the best tap line guys in the state, but he's also, from this room, he's the best baby baker on top of that.
Probably true. Hey, Jeff, do us a favor. Set this up and tell us a little bit about Charles Murray from Slater's 50/50, and we'll make a good segue with that and then look at your tap lines.
Charles bought a pretty interesting concept here, man. Slater's 50/50. He's one of the nicest guys I've worked with that's stepped into this industry. I think he was looking for a giant headache when he decided to get into the restaurant industry. But hey, to each their own. But yeah, Charles has got a pretty nice place here, and like I said, he's one of the nicest people I've dealt with in this industry. So we're looking forward to him being successful in this out here. So.
Oh, that's great. Well, without further ado, Charles Murray, first appearance on the Modern Eater Show. Good to see you, Charles.
Well, thank you very much. Yes, this is the first appearance, and I really appreciate it, and I appreciate those kind words that Jeff just had to say.
You know what? Coming into town here, and we'll get a little bit of your background and obviously talk about Slater's 50/50 for sure, digging in. But doing business locally, that's an important thing to us, and that's what really struck us. And we first of all, we commend you with Jeff Rourke and A+Beverage Solutions, and I'm sure you do a lot of other local business than that. But just your mindset on local and keeping money within communities.
Yeah, the mindset is very much about local, pretty much across the board in virtually everything that we're doing here related to the restaurant. We have over 40 craft beers, and the vast majority of them are not only Colorado beers, but right here from Rhino and/or certainly the Denver area. Local artists doing murals for us, just across the board. Local is very important.
Great. So how about ranching and farming and sourcing beef and those types of things? Have you been able to get some footing here in Colorado? Because if not, we can show you some stuff. We'd love to turn you on to some other stuff. I'm sure you have great partnerships, but again, we are the local drum.
Yeah, we do. We have a great partnership with US Foods right now, and a lot of the products that we're serving here at the restaurant are, in fact, also born and bred here in Colorado. But they're a terrific partner for us for all of our proteins as well as our produce.
Well, tell us a little bit about you, Charles. What's your background?
Not the restaurant industry. It was, I spent over 30 years in the investment industry. I'd always had this kind of in the back of my mind, but the way life works, there's just serendipitous moments. And a couple of years ago when I left the firm that I was at, it was one of those, what do I want to do when I grew up moments. I had decided to actually pursue this. I knew the Slater's brand from traveling to Southern California on business quite frequently. Fell in love with them literally 10 years ago. And as I was really aimed at getting this business established and trying to think who the ideal business partner would be, when I noticed that Slater's was looking for folks to partner with, I flew out to Cali, met with the team, even further liked what I saw and heard from the ownership and management team out there, and just really believed that this Slater's concept of burgers, bacon, beer, as well as so many of the fresh, healthy options that we have would just resonate great in Colorado in general, and even more specifically right here where we got this restaurant established in Rhino.
That's fantastic, and welcome to town. Yeah. Great new addition. So what we'd like to do while we're talking about Slater's 50/50, we love to see the menu items. I think Jeff Rourke's going to be your cameraman walk around. Jeff, can you grab your camera, turn it around so we can see that lovely tap system? You stay where you are behind your computer, Charles, and Jeff's going to jump up. And just you do the play-by-play, Charles, of what we're looking at here.
Okay, if you can hear me, then yes, it looks like Jeff has just given you a good panoramic view of the beautiful 56 tap beer tower that we have in place here. So like we say, we've got actually over 50 beers, 40 of them are craft. The expert team of Jeff and Mike and company over at A+, as far as being the certified Micromatic installers, really, helped make all of this work. Not coming from this industry, one of the first things I learned was how complicated it would be to put in a beer system that was going to run remote from 30 feet away, from a remote beer cooler. So we learned pretty quickly that one of the features of the restaurant we really wanted was an island bar. And to get all of these beers trenched, running underground from, like I say, about 30 feet away and up into this beautiful beer tower was not too simple of an equation, but certainly not beyond the skills of Jeff and Mike and their crew.
I must be a real geek because I'm totally enjoying this right
I
now.
know, so
I'm thoroughly. Hey, Jeff, turn your phone sideways like you had it before, and then take another circle around that tap system, but go a little slower. So, and Jeff, you can jump in too. Not just beer. I noticed some coffee on tap there. Do you have any wine or any liquor on tap? Well, yeah, look at that.
I saw some brews.
I was going to say I just saw brews beers on there.
Yeah, we do. So like I say, 56 handles, the majority of them beer, but we do have another local partnership. We use Dasbog for our cold brew. We've got a Prosecco on there as we are aimed at hey, 1 second. I'm sorry, Steve. It's good. We are aimed at, expanding and building our brunch business. So we've got a Prosecco on tap to be able to do brunch. We've got a root beer, a hard kombucha. The majority of these tap handles are beer, though. And Jeff, while you've got it, if you don't mind, why don't you step back and maybe get a good view of that back bar?
Yeah.
While this may not be right up Jeff's alley, one of the things that was also really important to us, in addition to building what we hope is viewed as a beautiful island bar and this, great beer tower that's featuring all these great craft brews, was really putting a very, very solid overall bar program together. So we've got a lot of featured craft cocktails and a back bar that's got pretty much all of the typical spirits that guests coming out for an enjoyable day out, night out, whatever it might be, you're going to find pretty well stocked here at Slater's 50/50.
Gorgeous.
That's one of my faves right there, Charlie.
I think Jeff's got a hankering for some spirits right now.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
Hey, is it possible, and this is up to you, Charles, of course, is it possible for Jeff to throw a mask on with that camera and head on back into the kitchen and show us some food?
Absolutely. Yep. Jeff knows his way around the kitchen, so he can go take a walk back there. And hey, Steve, why don't you let the line know that Jeff is going to come back and do a quick video of the kitchen?
That's fantastic. Thanks, Charles, for that heads up. As we do that, let's go talk about some menu items, man. This 50-50, that's got to be something. 50% love and 50% care, or what does that mean?
Yeah, pretty much you nailed it. Long story very short, the brand got established by a gentleman named Scott Slater. A lot of people think it might be from the surfer Kelly Slater, but it's not. Scott had the ingenious idea when he first established it all the way back in 2009 to create a blended patty of half ground bacon and half ground beef. And for a number of years, that was really the staple of the restaurant, almost exclusively. Today, it's grown and it's morphed to where really 5 of the 16 signature burger patties are still using that 50-50 blend, including what we call the OG, the original burger. That is that 50-50 blend. It is the bestseller, but also the Triple B Bacon, the King's Luau Hawaiian, which is a pretty awesome burger on King's Luau, on King's Hawaiian bread with some Spam and some pineapple and that 50-50 along with some bacon and cheddar. That is one of the other patties that uses it, along with our Sriracha blend and our Triple B burger, Bubba Bacon. So 5 of the blends, 5 of the signature burgers utilize that 50-50 blend. And then many of the other offerings are just using a local CAB, a certified Angus beef patty. So those are really the major protein offerings that we have on the burger side. That original 50-50 blend, as well as a number of them that are just certified Angus beef. We also have a bison patty, a rosemary turkey patty, as well as a vegan Shroomin mushroom burger. Because, one of the things also that we really hope differentiates us is the fact that we have, in addition to this, kind of pillar of burgers, bacon, and beer, a lot of fresh, healthy options that are fully composed dishes. If you're wanting to come in here and just have a great power bowl, a salad, these offerings are on the menu for you as well.
Yeah, frozen right now, Jay, to change the screen. Jeff's trying to do that. I wish somebody would have ordered a burger while we were – he's still in the kitchen. It looks like this.
Well, I would like to order a burger in that bottle of Fortaleza. Jeff, could you bring us over three burgers in the bottle?
I want to see that more than the Fortaleza. I'd love to see the food on the grill. Any chance we can get one of your guys to throw down a burger?
Yeah, it's
not time to eat yet. That's what it is.
The question is, Jeff is the one in the back there. If Jeff can hear and someone in the kitchen has got one of those patties going, he could take a look at it. Otherwise, we'll do it. We'll do it the next time we're on your show. We'll make sure that we've cooked up a few and really be able to show them off, because one of the things that is definitely distinguishing about Slater's 50/50 is we hope everybody feels like they are phenomenal and delicious, menu items, but they show pretty well also. A lot of these burgers are pretty over the top and outrageous in terms of how they look, not just how they taste.
Well, one thing that I'm learning right now that's for sure is your food is made to order.
100%. No matter even how busy we are, the tickets come in and the food gets fired. We are not pre-making anything, so ticket time is good. If it's not too busy, we can get these up anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes. When we're getting slammed and it's pretty busy, they can run upwards of 20 minutes or so. But we got a beautiful environment here. Most people aren't complaining if they have to wait a little bit for it, but they are definitely made to order.
Well, and can you tell us, Charles, what's your location for all the viewers out there?
We're right in Rhino. The exact address is 3600 Blake Street. We are in the back of a newly built 8-story office property called The Hub. The Hub's specific address, it's kind of weird. You'd think we'd have suite numbers, but The Hub is 3601 Walnut. So the building sort of spans from 36th to 37th between Walnut and Blake. And we are right on the corner of 36th and Blake, again in the Hub.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Have to give a shout out for the introduction from another great local gal, Rebecca Berry from Hot Schedules by Fourth, and she's one of those glutards along with Brian. Are you doing any gluten-free options? Because Rebecca Berry, I'm sure, asked for it when she goes down there.
Rebecca has been a great guest here, and we are very pleased and very proud to be partnered once again with a little bit of a local flair with our employment company that we do a lot of our employment work through Fourth and with Rebecca and with Hot Schedules. And indeed, when Rebecca's here, we got to make sure it is the gluten-free menu that's coming out for her and for any of our guests. So if you're vegan, we have a number of really fully composed options for you. If you are just a vegetarian, a pescatarian, same. And for those of you that are looking for gluten-free options, we also have gluten-free bread. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention another really critical local partnership that we're very, very proud of. All of our bakery goods, and believe me, there's a lot of them. A good burger is not a good burger if it doesn't have just an awesome bun. That is going to be part of it. So we are really pleased to be partnered with Culinary Revolution Bake Shop. They're headquartered in Centennial, Colorado, so they're really right off of I-25 in Arapahoe. And they do all of our bakery products. We get 5 or 6 deliveries from them a week, and that includes vegan as well as gluten-free buns.
That's fantastic. Thank you for supporting local. Thanks for jumping into the business, and thanks for bringing Slater's 50/50 in town. And also, thank you for supporting our friends. And Jeff Rourke from A+Beverage Solutions, boy, you hit a jackpot with that guy. He's got you covered the whole time. You're running efficient right now, Charles.
Well, we really appreciate the opportunity to be on the show, and anytime in the future and next time for sure, however we do it, we want to make sure we've got these burgers up front and personal, as well as some of the other options. And then more importantly than anything, when are you going to come down and help yourself to some of these offerings?
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Let's make sure technology is not in the way with me eating one of your delicious burgers and looking at it. So that's going to happen. If you don't mind, we'd love to come down and see you. Maybe even tomorrow. It's a Friday tomorrow. That sounds like
we're going to be going down to a farm tomorrow.
And we'll come back up and we'll eat.
Yeah, we can, definitely.
Absolutely.
You just let me know, because I always say in this weird world we're in right now, thank goodness for Zoom and other technology. But you know what? You can't Zoom a cheeseburger, so you got to come on down and sample the fare in person. So thank you again for having us on.
Sure.
A real pleasure, and we're looking forward to more opportunities in the future of being a participant with the Modern Eater. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, Jeff didn't lie. One hell of a nice guy. And I'll tell you what, we broadcast from a commercial kitchen, so if you ever want to show off 2, 3, 4 of those burgers, definitely can bring all the ingredients here, and we'll put you front and center one day on the Modern Eater Show in Studio
As long
Kitchen.
as I bring the chef down with me, because the next thing I cook is pretty much the first in my life. So you don't want me coming down and going into that kitchen, but we'll bring the right team to go do that.
Yeah, is Jeff available? Is he on camera? I'd like to say goodbye to Jeff formally here.
He is right across the bar, so I think he should be there. Jeff, you're back on.
Jeff.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you, Charles. No doubt. Hey, Jeff.
Thank you.
What's up?
What's up, man? It's been a while since I've seen you. It's just good to see your face. Last time I saw you was actually with just an install that blew my mind at the Monarch Casino. That was the last time we saw you. How that job's all finished up, right? And then here we go, COVID hit.
Yeah. They're doing 2 more remodels in there. We're going to do 2 more bars in there. So we still got more work coming up in there.
You're a madman. You truly are. Jeff, I'm glad you're well. You look healthy and happy, and that just warms my heart. I have to tell you, and I thank you every single time, that we're doing a lot better than we ever have as the Modern Eater Show now, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., and you've seen us grow from just little babies. You knew the trash man, Jay Parker, when he was actually the trash man, the big long locks and a couple of pounds that he lost and I found. But definitely we could not be where we are today without you and your support, Jeff.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
Sounds good.
All right, brother.
You're welcome.
Say hello to the family, and we'll talk to you soon.
Will do.
There he is, Jeff Rourke, an
Thanks,
A+Beverage
Greg.
Solutions. He's just a hell of a guy. Really
Yeah,
is.
isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And it's so it's art installations. It's what he puts in, and they just so happen to have beer flow through them. Because you go on down the line, like you remember Solutions, the installation over there at the the rooms. What are those called? Those rooms?
The escape rooms.
Escape rooms.
Yep.
Solutions Bar, I think is what it's called. So many breweries that we've been to that do fantastic installs with that. The installs.
The Beast and Brews, man. I got to tell you
that's a beast.
That's an amazing. But I would say, Greg, a lot of people don't even understand. And what Charles had said. He's only running at 30 feet.
Yeah.
And we know, like at Monarch, thousands
football fields.
Yeah, miles of lines.
Well, Jeff's still there listening. Why are you eavesdropping? You're supposed to go away at this point. Hey, Jeff.
What was that?
I said you're eavesdropping. You were supposed to go away, but since we still have you, the Monarch Casino, I said a football field in length, right?
I said miles.
Yeah. The longest run there was 800 feet, and actually the lines here at Slater's are 70 feet each trunk line, and we have 3 runs of 70. So.
Well, and so you had 800 foot at Monarch, right? You said 800, and how many lines were 800 feet?
We had 2 800-foot runs, and then we had 2 600-foot runs, and then we had 3 200-foot runs.
So that's like more than half a mile right there.
Yeah.
It's
insane.
It was a whole lot of pulling those lines. So it was a lot of work.
Well, and think about like carrying a beer. I can't get people to walk 800 feet and keep my beer cold and full, much less get it down a pipe.
That's right.
And cold.
Yeah.
Oh man, these are.
Yeah, we had to split the system in 2 with 2 different sets of glycol chillers. So we have 12 glycol chillers in there. So it's something like you would see like in a football stadium. So.
Wow.
It was interesting to say the least.
What install is your most prideful work?
I take pride in all of them, man. Everyone, like I said, they're like snowflakes. Everyone's unique. They all have their own unique challenges. They have their own unique rewards. Meeting the different people that are in this industry, building those relationships. Those are all unique. So it's a very fun industry to be in, or at least I've enjoyed it. I wouldn't be in it for as long as I have been.
When did you get into politics there, Mr. Everything?
Politics?
Yeah. Are you running for office right now?
I think from the lockdown. I think that's what you're supposed to do, right? You focus on your political skills. So, it's just they're all unique. Some are bigger, or some are more glam. But I take the pride. I take the same pride in all my jobs, whether it's 2 faucets or 100 faucets, 150 faucets, whatever. It's our name linked to it, and the second you get that stain on your name is when you can start saying goodbye to the industry that you've committed to. So.
Get into another business. Jay's got something to say.
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Hey, Jeff. Jay here. So in all of your years of going into a restaurant and this place and to put in taps,
you're not going to ask him if he's ever strangled anybody.
No. Just what's the craziest thing that you've seen? Where you opened up a beer cooler and you're like, oh my God, or you open the walk-in and there's 2 bartenders doing something the bartender shouldn't do.
I'm not going to say. That's like
you don't have to tell me
somebody's dirty laundry.
No, you don't have to tell me where. I'm just saying, just in general.
You don't have to use names. You could use initials.
Like one time, I saw a dead cat.
One of the most unique things I saw, which was not in this state, was where somebody had just put trash cans underneath their bar and packed their kegs full of ice, like something you would see in college. But that was in somewhere out in New York. So that was pretty interesting. But as for any of my customers out here, I would never.
Well, no.
Ever say anything.
No. That's why I mean, you didn't even have to tell me.
Bill over there at Billy's Bar and Grill.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not what I was looking. I was looking for, man. One time I was in a bar. Could be New York, California. Could be Florida. It'd be like and this is what I saw. And nobody would know where.
Yeah. There was a naked midget.
No, I mean, for the most part, like when we go on, it's nothing really visual. It's more like I said. There's mathematics involved in doing this. So and a lot of people don't take the time to do the math, and so it's more of us going and fixing the arithmetic on these systems to get them to pour correctly, or making something a little bit more user friendly on the cooler side. From suggesting racks or casters, or just different things like that. But for the most part, we don't really see things that are shocking per se. It's just. Maybe it's because I'm just so used to seeing things in 20 years of doing this, but nothing really blows my mind anymore. So,
well, after the show, I'll call you and tell you a story of some crazy things I've done over the years in restaurants.
He's okay.
I'm sure you've had like hold the door closed.
Jeffrey, thanks for your time today. We'll catch up with you soon.
All right.
720. Yeah, it's Jeff Rourke. 720-272-3809.
You just got to say it because we do that all the time,
Every
and
day.
it's part of our life,
Every
man.
day.
I know Jeff's phone number like I know mine.
I bet you do. He hung up this time. He didn't want to get called back into it. Good day. Do you want to go? Do you want to take a break and come back and look through some of these photos on the moderneater.com?
Yes, I do.
You
and
do?
then I'm going to talk about something that's delicious and fresh and smells good and tastes delicious I'm going to do
whatever's in our vent up there.
Man, it's not. I don't
it's
think
in the vent.
I
man.
know. I don't think it's a vent. I don't think it's a vent. We'll be back.
Do we need a test after this during the break?
No. All right.
We'll be back.
Yeah. Brian Freeman, take us to break. Go.
Hey, folks, we are going to head to a break, and when we come back, you're going to hear about Aspen baking some of the best bread in the world, and you're going to get to see some stories. So stay tuned for some great things on the Modern Eater.
Hey guys, with Modern Eater, this is Rich O'Brien with Elevation Food Service Reps. I'm here with one of our sales newly appointed hospitality specialist, Kalina Hilliard, and we're here in our showroom, and we've got our bar set up, we've got a lot of chai. Come see us. Come see what we've got, and Kalina can help you guys out in the world of hospitality with anything. Take a little journey into the 38th Avenue kitchen just to see what's going on in here, and as I come in here, I'm noticing... Howard, what are you doing? Nothing. Show me, what are you doing? Nothing? Look at this beautiful equipment in here. Look at this beautiful... Chefs, restaurateurs, anybody that has anything to do with food service, come on over. We'd love to help you with menu development, love to show you everything about equipment, and maybe we'll even have a few pops.
Hey guys, Chris Johnson here, owner of Rome Sausage, your hyper-local source for all things sausage awesomeness. My family is proud to carry on the fine traditions of Rome's founder, Jerry Rome, by producing a variety of amazing sausage in small batches with an eye on quality, not quantity. Every batch is made here in the great state of Colorado by hand mixing spices, utilizing lean cuts of pork to make an outstanding product. Sourcing ingredients and materials locally, we are committed to supporting local vendors, chefs, restaurants, and the entire Colorado food scene. Getting hungry yet? Brats, Italian, breakfast, hot Polish, green chili, chicken apple, and the world's best chorizo. You can source all of our sausage through a variety of food service distributors. If your distributor doesn't carry it, call us. We'll come direct. You want a custom item? We'll do that too. Samples, and of course, sausage jokes, can be had by contacting me directly at chris@romesausage.com or by phone at 303-296-7663. The Modern Eater loves Rome Sausage, and I know you will too.
Hey, Zach Ryder here, Colorado Mills Sunflower Products out of Lamar, Colorado. Your only local source, grown from a local crop to produce a local oil for local chefs. You can find it at Shamrock Foods, What Chefs Want, Seattle Fish Company. Let me try it one more time, then we'll see. Hey, restaurants, we're glad you're reopening. From Colorado Mills Sunflower Oil, we'll see you soon.
First, we partner with the best farmers in the world, and then we tell them, we will take it all. Process whole spices daily, blend custom spices to order, keep it fresh, safe, and flavorful, all so that you can get back to doing what you do best. So whether you're a restaurant, a food manufacturer, or an at-home cook, be sure to visit The Spice Guy at www.thespiceguyco.com.
Back to the show in just a second, you guys, but it's that time. It's time to talk bread. AspenBaking.com has been baking the most fresh, delicious bread in the city since 1994. And if you're a bread lover like me, that's where you go to get your fresh bread. You can order online. You can order direct. You can go to Amazon Fresh. If you're an Amazon freak, you're going to get bear claws, lobster rolls, pound cakes, coffee cakes. The sourdough is unreal. If you want to cater your business, Aspen Baking at aspenbaking.com will cater you boxed lunches for all of your wonderful, hardworking employees. If you're into hashtags and you want to do some social media and have fun and show the bread as you buy it, it's hashtag How's Your Aspen. But aspenbaking.com, that's where bread lovers go to get bread.
Back to the show. I always wonder, like, are you freaking people out when you're doing that commercial, or are they like getting hungry?
Well, listen, you told me.
Well, I know, but it's like there's no bread. You're not showing. It's like no. I'm talking on the air. Like, what should you have some bread? Maybe here's the thing. It's like I don't want to show day old bread or anything like that. So we do the show 5 days a week. I have to go to Aspen and get bread 5 days a week.
Whoa! Let's manage that. Hey, Cody Ann, you're out there listening to the show.
Drop us bread every week.
Drop us bread every morning.
Every morning.
Well, maybe with some breakfast sandwiches, because Aspen Baking does the most insane breakfast sandwiches with
I like
sausage.
the Live a lot. I just think that there's a factor of, like, we're talking about food. I don't know. Do you need
get
bread?
Jeff Rourke to give you a tap, and you can hold up a tap and plug it in or something. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to do the live and everything else. And
that's interesting.
If I can't,
you can't really eat or drink, or you can drink a tap. You're mad at me because
no, but it's like I can't do anything right.
That's not wrong. I was wondering if you needed some bread.
You want me to be more this guy,
I do. Is that still on the screen right now?
And listen, no, I'm not. No.
Why?
And because I hate myself, and so I don't like to see myself.
We love you, Jay. I don't like love you, baby.
I don't like to hate in video. I like to hate in my mind, And if I see myself on the thing, then I'm like, God, I hate.
No,
that
I
guy.
feel bad. Like that.
You should
look
feel
at where
bad.
you just took him, man.
You
like
feel terrible.
Jay, it's going to be all right.
I was just wondering if there should be some bread in there. That was all I was going at. Which would be nice. I would like to see you eat bread during the Aspen Live.
I'll eat a whole sourdough bowl.
Would you?
In
See,
that
now
60
that
seconds.
would be.
I mean, I'd try. I don't know if I could.
But could you make a mission of that? One of your lives, you're going to actually eat the clam chowder like you talked about? You're going to prepare it before the show?
If we can find, yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I don't like eating outside of my house, regardless.
For the show?
Even for the show. I mean, for the show, I do it.
Could you record yourself doing it when you do it?
I've eaten bugs for the show.
You have.
Which, by the way, I should reach back out to get some more bugs in here to eat.
The good bugs.
Freeman,
Those crickets?
Would you eat a bug?
I've eaten crickets, man.
Oh, look, he's not fazed by it. He's like,
eating everything.
Little worm.
You want to look at some pictures from?
I think so. Look at this
Summer Dinner
website.
Series.
First of all, I just want to take a little scan. The website. Let's show you around. You want to see?
I'd like to see.
Okay, the Modern Eater Show. Look at that little drop down. What's most current? So in here, Jay, we want to make sure that the most recent featured post goes here. You know how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So here is how you can tune in live right now. This will be sweet if it actually works. If we go into this page, the Modern Eater Show should pop up because we're live right now, right? Oh, no, but it might not because we changed our restream. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we changed our restream. Damn it. See, I'm glad we did this on the air. We need to take our stream key that we have right now. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Never mind. What does that do? So that's mildly embarrassing. Show archive. That's why I like to just go through and click on things.
Yeah.
Right? You just
It's
go around your
important.
website.
Constant testing.
Click on things, and you do a little audit of the brand. But look at this. We have great interviews lined up. And these are all just, look.
Well, like I said, look at that. That's Business Week right there. I mean, Business Week on the Modern Eater. Juan Padro.
Look at our fine sponsors.
Robert Thompson.
Look at that.
Well, now.
And you click on these. You go, oh, I've heard about the Spice Guy all the time on the show. What do I do? Well, you go to themoderneater.com. I mean, of course, you could just Google the Spice Guy, but wouldn't you rather go to themoderneater.com and get the link that way? You see the hours of operation, where they're located. Just really cool for our sponsors. I don't know. If you wanted to be a sponsor, that'd be cool. We'd take a look at you. We don't take just anyone.
Nope. You got to be the cream of the crop.
Do you like galleries? Do you like photos? Do you like to look around at pictures of food? We got that too. Summer Dinner Series and all of the Summer Dinner Series dinners. If you missed one, you weren't able to attend in person, there's that, the Summer Dinner Series. And then the contact page. You want to reach out to any one of us? You can do it right here on the contact page. Co-hosts, look at that. Brian Freeman, Greg Hollenbach, Brian Freeman, Jay Parker, Rich Snyder, Faith Johnson. We're all there. We need to change. No, Brian Freeman, everything's current. This is looking good. Sponsorship opportunities.
And soon we'll have pictures of our ugly faces right there.
Should we? We should just have a video, an open video. So I want to buckle back around to the home page because that's really where you want to go is the home page. And on the home page, you will find the first entry, which is usually the hottest news on any website. It's the Butcher Justin Brunson Summer Dinner Series Week 7. Look at these photos. So as we click on that and load it up, you will see a plethora of killer photos. Now, we wouldn't mind if you shared these, but themoderneater.com. All right, let's go take a walk down memory lane, y'all. Avocado.
Remember how they were doing those?
With a torch?
Below torch.
Which is interesting. What kind of flavor is that going to lend, Brian?
Well, actually, we were talking about this. The char is what you're
the inflammation.
The little bit of crispy. And it was, I'll tell you, it was out of this world.
Look at this. There's the Colorado Mills table. Those folks, downtown Pizza Republica. Look at these dishes.
Ooh.
I mean, gourmet. Look at that table. I mean, come on. Come on. There's our table that we're dining at. You got Julie Petracco. Yep. Julie Moroni. And Chef Justin Brunson, myself and Brian. The Blue Bear behind us. Look at that, Brian. Look at the Blue Bear, babe.
I know, it's just right back there.
Another delicious dish.
Photo, I'll just tell you, a handful of these photos are courtesy of the very dear friend of the show, Kevin Galaba, with Friends and Family. That's one of his. I wish I could take credit for that one. That's one of his. That's one of mine.
That's one of yours?
No, I may have lied about that, too.
What's interesting about this dish? This dish I would love to eat right this second. It had everything I wanted. It had fresh fish. It had the right over here. That's a line, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they torch those limes too. I don't know.
Yeah,
what does torching
yeah.
a lime do, Freeman? Do you know?
Well, I mean, it's the same thing as what Greg was saying. It's going to change the flavor.
Yeah.
It's going to bring out some, it's going to bring out some better, bigger flavors out of anything, really.
Is that Sexy from Fernando?
That's Sexy Fernando. And you know what that is right there?
Culture meat and cheese.
All cut up on that?
Is where he's chefing. Those are onions.
Yeah, from our good friends at Petrocco Farms.
Yeah.
There's the limes.
What a dinner. I mean, every dish, every one. And, yeah, Justin brought the team that cooked up some delicious stuff for him. He did.
Well, that was his team. I mean, that was like he brought the all-star team.
Look at those ribs. Oh, man. River Bear American meat ribs. This was the double plate, wasn't it?
I mean, there's double plates there, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, it was double plate because they were fast. They were super efficient. They'd load that first layer
and
up.
Then
boom, shoot that out. And while the people were delivering it, they're making the second.
Yeah.
Our good Rocky Mountain Fresh. You got to thank Jeremy Marsh at Rocky Mountain Fresh.
Can you go back to that one real quick, Greg? I'd like to just point out my finger in the bottom left-hand corner of that.
Good job,
where it's the picture is money, right? Great picture. It's got the Rocky Mountain Fresh, the sexy. That other, I forget that.
Johnny.
Was that popcorn? Oh, that's not
Johnny.
Johnny,
No, not popcorn.
And then my finger. So there we go. I just wanted to point that out.
Okay. Rick Robbins, Colorado Mills, more lime photos.
Well,
Kind of an overall view right there of the outdoor kitchen that was provided by Rich O'Brien and Elevation Food Service reps, let's make a note. Let's get Rich back on the show. I love catching up with Rich.
Rich O. I like
Rich
to call
O.
him Rich O.
Yeah, look at
there
that.
he is.
Speaking of Rich.
And Pearson.
Just such a super nice guy.
And, hey, did you meet that guy on the right there? Did you know that guy?
I don't.
He's an interesting guy. He is a liquor rep. Good guy.
Good
guy.
Hope he had a good time. These tables right there, that is Joe Petrocco talking to Michael Myers from 291 Distillery. And that was a full table of Petroccos and Maronis.
Oh, it was good.
Look at these guys just paying honor to the chef, standing up to give him applause after a great dinner and well-deserved round of applause right there, showing their appreciation for the delicious food. Just dish after dish.
That's some of that Centennial Cuts steak right there. I didn't have any of it, but
I didn't either.
I was told it was delicious.
Who we have here?
I recognize Little Rich Schneider and Mary Mino. Besides that...
No, I meant that handsome guy in the background.
Oh, I can't. It's too far away.
It's James, I think. There's myself and Little Rich and Zach Kreider and Brian. And then more char.
They were big on. They used the hell out of that smoker.
That Yoder.
Yeah.
That Yoder. I'll tell you though, man. I've been eating more often lately.
The whole team.
Charred lettuce like that, and it is so good.
Who can name these guys from right to left?
Popcorn, Brunson. I don't know Johnny Sexy.
Yeah, Popcorn, Brunson. That's Michael.
He was one from Mexico
De Leon,
City.
Michael De Leon.
Yeah,
and then that is Johnny, and that is Sexy Fernando. Brunson. It's all mic'd up. He did a great job. Look at that. He did a wonderful job sampling it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we did a mask on and a mask off. And that's Brunson. He's getting down with actually, somebody else is taking a picture of
There's
Brunson.
Big Chuck.
In that. Yeah. Chuck Chagas.
Chuck, he's the guy. When you talk about, who goes to our dinners and who's Chuck and Teresa.
Yeah.
Every single dinner.
And she is so funny. I got to spend a few minutes with her the other night at the dinner, and she just made me laugh so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. Yeah.
Julie and Joe.
Yep.
And
brother and sister.
Look at that. The Burgeons. Dave and Missy. And Jeff Jabat. Jeff, he's a great pit master. And
is he living back here
all
now?
around
Or
nice
is he?
guy.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
he is. It's good to have him home.
Hesher is in the house back in Colorado.
There's Brian and Jeff, these guys.
Yeah, that was an interesting picture.
Look, we were asking, does anybody remember what we asked to warrant a picture like this?
Yeah, it was who wants 292 whiskey.
Why do you say 292?
I don't know. 291. Yeah, I do it all the time, don't I?
I know
yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
I'm going to start calling him Workman. Instead of Freeman.
No. Well, listen, would we change it?
Well, no.
No.
I think it's just fun. Be like Workman. Give him a nickname that's got a story.
Me and my
to
ma. Some
yellow beans, yellow wax beans.
Did you pick the best? That was the best picture of me, huh, Jay? Right.
That was just a picture of you and your mom.
I don't
the other one was worse.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh God, how could it be?
Well, I mean,
I'm going to delete that one altogether.
Okay.
Come on! Don't be so vain. You're a cute guy.
You're so vain.
You think this song was about?
This was the pre-shift meeting.
Yep.
Gotta give it up to George Eater and his staff. Boy, his staff is just every Tuesday night, all summer long, same staff.
Yeah.
That lends to consistency.
Well, but they're good, too. I got to
good
tell you,
and
they're caring people, man.
I'm getting to know each and every one of them. And
Haley? Do you remember Haley?
No. Do you? Are you sure it's Haley?
It's like when you say, you know me and names. It might not be.
Remember Haley? Yeah.
But I will tell you that if
Haley?
I was right,
Barbara.
She's the one. No, it's actually the one right next to Nicole. That's Haley and Nicole, right? Right? Nicole's the bartender. Haley.
Nicole is indeed the bartender.
Yeah.
And I'll let you.
Because the staff.
Who are these gents?
Okay. I don't know. No, I know.
I can't tell with these masks.
Come on. Michael Myers. And I think the stud on the left, I think he just closed Arkansas.
Philip, 1L.
Raleigh.
1L Philip.
Raleigh.
And Brunson, Michael Myers, 291. More delicious food. I mean, you're getting an idea, right? You get the idea of what happened here. I missed a couple of these dishes.
That was that cornbread with the little peaches.
It's Dave Burgeon. Sexy Fernando. Well, I mean, photos. You like photos? ModernEater.com. There's George Eater. Got a great crew, DJ and James and Jay and Davery. I think that's the beginning. No, we still have more.
There's Chuck Chagas.
Steve, Cat Baggin. We get to know all of these guys really personally, actually. These are Centennial cut strips.
Well, like everyone says, this is really the only game in town if you want to go out.
Well, don't go swing by that sexy picture of the thing. I'm
just getting too hungry watching this.
I had to goad him into doing something interesting, and he's like, "Well, that was like pulling teeth to get."
And that was it?
No, before that one.
Oh, before this.
It was sexy.
Yeah, right there. I mean, don't you think that's a good picture?
Yeah.
Wow, Jay, I'm so glad we came back to that
one. Shut up, Workman.
That's a good one. I like the fire.
Carboy Winery, man. If you're into wine, Carboy Winery is making some delicious. And so is Sauvage Spectrum, for that matter. If you're into sparkling wine,
all around great night.
Mm-hmm.
All around great night. And this Tuesday night, you got. Ooh, that's probably the picture.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's the picture. Kevin took it.
Yeah.
So far, that's the
stupid Kevin.
That's the one, Kevin Galliva.
Stupid Kevin.
There they all right there. So you want to see Chef Dana Rodriguez's dinner? Do you want to see George Eater's dinner? Do you want to see go down the list? Do you want to see Carly and
Biker Jim? You want to see that.
dinner?
Jesus.
Do you want to see Jesus Silva's dinner? And you'll want to see the dinner in person. I think there's one four-top left to Troy Guard's dinner.
Is there?
Listen, I think one.
What would we do if we had to
back.
say what was our best? Like, what if I asked you? Would you,
From
would
the
you say
summer?
it's not fair?
The moment for the summer?
Yeah. What was the best moment?
Like just a moment in time.
And it
when
could
all
be
made
food.
sense.
It could be
wasn't my
booze.
mom passing out.
No, that was definitely not a moment.
That was a tough one. Let's see. Food. I mean, to me, it all feels right at the end of the night. It just probably because it's over.
Yeah.
But
these things are a lot of work, man.
They are. But the satisfaction of folks and when they stand up and applaud the chefs and the food comes out and you see all these happy faces. I know you're trying to go down.
Well, no, I was going to.
I'm going to take the Jeff Rourke approach. They're like snowflakes. They're all different.
Well, but listen, we could walk through each dinner quite honestly and say what our favorite thing from that dinner was sometime. If we had time. Today we don't have that kind of time.
We have a lot to do, and it has to do with, okay, what do you do when you get done with a big road trip and a summer dinner series and broadcasting Monday through Friday, and do you take a deep breath?
No, you take a shower and do it all over again.
We head back out on the road at the end of this month, and then we bring it all back for 5 days in a row at Logan Street, which is attached to Carboy Winery. Did you just chew down a yawn, Jay?
Yeah, I did. You just caught that.
Yeah, I did. That means everybody else is yawning too. So,
hey, man, I'm human, bro.
No, you're
No,
not.
you are not
You
human.
bring the action. All right, everybody, clap your hands.
There you go.
We're going to head back out, and then we're going to bring some delicious food back for you for chefs to play with for 5 days in a row, and it'll be their take on the same ingredients.
Hey, wait,
chefs.
I got a name. 5 chefs, 5 days, and 5 ways. Fall dinner series.
Good to be close. For these guys here, for Jay Parker and Brian Freeman, myself, Greg Hollenbeck, we have to thank Dr. William Blanchet. We have to thank Jeff Rourke from A+Beverage Solutions and Charles Murley.
Workman. Can you do the names, Workman?
Yeah,
Thanks.
Charles Murray from Slater's 50/50. Thanks for you guys for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with what, Jay?
Tomorrow, I'm working on it.
Are we heading down
Bro,
to a
remember,
Trent?
there's no working on it. You're getting in a car.
Is he going
I'm getting
with?
behind the wheel. Well, he doesn't have to,
Well,
but I think we need a good video from our friends down at Frontier Trout Ranch.
I'd be happy to go. I did the thing that I've got for tomorrow was Stephen Gould was going to make us some drinks because he's the distillery.
Let's do
coming
that
up with
too.
Something. So
Jay will stick around here. We'll head out. And
okay, I'm going to be doing an early morning, I think, to Petraco.
You are? What do you have to get?
She had a few items she was going to run up today, but ran out of time, and she said, so we've got some items for
You stood her up, huh?
I did.
You blamed it on
Yeah,
Chili
yeah.
Petraco.
I saw the emails. I
did
knew that
too.
was BS as soon as you
Golly,
said that.
why would you? What was she watching? You're like, Brian's such a liar.
It was not. Well,
I
I
know,
was
he
to
caught
be
her
honest,
lie.
she caught me flat-footed, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I was like, because her and I were talking, and
Yeah.
I was going to go
I got to make
totally
an early
forgot.
trip tomorrow. Well, why didn't you go? Oh, well, Julie was in. No, she wasn't. She was
No, it
waiting
was
for
me.
you.
The soil count of and so what they.
No, it's a micro
But
count of the
in your
soil,
defense,
Jay.
you had a really great, interesting conversation with somebody that you really idolize in the organic
The godfather
produce
of
world.
organic, brother.
So
This is a guy who started Horizon, Aurora, Alfalfas. He was part of Gaia out of Michigan. He has done more in organic than any. He sits on the OTA trade.
Are we not saying his name for a reason?
Oh, no. Mr. Retzloff, man. Mark Retzloff. Great.
Retzloff.
He's become an incredible friend and mentor to me over the 25 years.
We should bring him in.
I'm telling you, it's in the vent, man. It has to be. It's either up there or down there. I think it's up there. That's what
Which
I'm
vent
gonna-
is it
I don't
coming
know,
out
man.
of there,
It's terrible.
Gregory?
What
Don't
is
tell
going
people
on?
about the funk.
I think
You know
there's
what I
something
mean?
coming from the ceiling, man. We got to go look.
I don't think so.
You'll find it?
I'll find it.
Okay.
I think I know what it is. Or I think I know where it is. I think it's something on the floor. I really do. I think we spilled something on the floor that's not a dark color, so you
Well,
just
our-
don't see that it's
yeah.
there and it's dried up. You know, it might be, yeah, okay.
Our freezer went. We need to call Jeff Rourke, A+Beverage Solutions.
See if he fixes freezers. Hey, Jeff, you do a great job on tap lines.
Yeah.
How about freezers?
Or do you take a dead mouse out of the ceiling that's blowing the vent down to me? I think that's what it is, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, man, listen, you know what?
All right,
I
this
hope-
is too much
No,
off-show,
man. The
on-show.
viewers are going up right now. They're like, yeah, let's talk about dead
Dead
mice.
mice.
Hey, listen, man, I hope there is a dead something in the vent because I'm going to Snapchat the hell out of that if it's happening. That's good content right
Yeah,
there.
you guys, I'll tell you, that's probably not the case.
I know.
Kicking the rock on down the road. We'll see you tomorrow on a Freaky Friday. We don't know what we'll do. We'll switch up something. It'll be good. Maybe I'll drive. I don't know.
Yeah.
Will you be the fish?
Yeah. Maybe Jay will be hosting tomorrow. Maybe I'm going to send you and Jay down.
Would you be the fish?
Well, we're going down to fish, man. We're going down to our friend at Frontier Fish, man, and Greg could jump in, and I could co-host with a fish, and Jay could be the fish.
See ya. We got to go. Bye.